That was kind of my next question, the correlation between that, because you read a lot out there. Like I know I studied Dr. John Lee a lot and Dr. McCormick, and they talk a lot about that, how prolactin is increased with estrogen production, because a lot of people don't know that estrogen and progesterone actually play a part in osteoclast and osteoblast, production in regards to bone kind of building up and bone loss, and prolactin as well. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
In the textbook we used in my endocrinology course, Constance Martin pointed out that people had been looking for an effect of estrogen on the bones in various animals and humans, but at that time, 1970, there had been no evidence that estrogen increased bone calcium retention, although it did increase the soft tissue calcification. That was very well established in animal research by the late 1960s. But the first model for estrogen's effect on the bone they tried was the beagle dog, and in them estrogen caused many problems, including bone loss. But they found that rats were a good model. It turns out that cortisol also increases bone density in rats. Their endocrine systems are very different because they live at night and are very short-lived. It just turned out that rats were a good model for selling estrogen as a way to prevent bone loss. But the effect they could see that estrogen was immediately doing was reducing osteoclast activity. Therefore, they said it stops bone turnover. If you stop breaking down the bone, that's what you need to slow the bone loss, and that was the whole basis. Interestingly, the animal research was the whole basis for selling estrogen for preventing bone loss, but human research was the basis for getting FDA approval for DES and other estrogens in the first place, because animal research had shown estrogen to be almost across the board toxic and carcinogenic. So they can use clinical reports in humans, which are very subjective, when they want to sell a product. But if they can find an animal model where they don't have any data in humans, they'll use the animal model. So it's important to look what the salesmen are referring to. Is it a clinical or an animal model, and how relevant and valid are they?